Hello, everyone. Oh, gotta turn on some lights real quick. There we go. Welcome to week 2 of Die Party Hollow Earth Expedition. We are down a man today due to technical difficulties with power and things that we don't yet quite understand. And yeah, we're just gonna roll on through because hell if I'm gonna miss another session of this. So, let me introduce everyone who's going to be playing today. We have Frank, who will be playing Arch Strathorn, I think we ended up going with.
Yo. Strathorn, yep.
Strathorn, yeah. We have...
The T is loud, just not written.
Yeah.
We have Graham playing
Yes.
a Polish Stingray.
No, there's no R.
Stingray.
Both silent and invisible.
And we have myself playing Rex Holt. Jacob, who would be normally playing Derek Thompson, is basically running out of power because he moved house today and some shenanigans went down. So he doesn't have the power to go ahead for more than an hour. So we made an executive decision and said, it's probably best if you don't play because, you know, you'll get invested and all that stuff. But he'll be back next week, hopefully, if he gets his power stuff sorted out. And,
Hopefully.
yeah. Wreckage. What happened last week? Oh, actually, Wreckage is our GM. Yay, forgot about him.
Oh yeah, thanks. Real appreciate it. I mean, I've only spent about 8 hours this week preparing this session. You know,
well, that's good.
thankless.
You are, yes,
Thankless show.
indeed.
Anyway,
yeah, what did we do last week? What happened?
Well, actually, there's a style point in it for somebody who is willing to do the recap themselves and accurately performs it.
Sure, yeah.
Do we have to do impressions of everybody?
No, you just have to recap, and you only get the style point if you successfully recap.
All right,
Not
well...
like, and then I forget what happened with those other people, but then we were in...
Okay, that's interesting.
All right.
Frank,
you
have a
wanna
try
roll
at it.
D3s?
Frank, have a crack
All right,
at it.
I'm going to try.
Yeah.
All right. So last week we did an introductory zone with every single character, although Dave was the only character who had the super awesome background music and his wonderful, just downtrodden life.
That's it, yeah.
All 3 characters, for their own reasons, ended up get pretty much... Or how much detail do you want me to get into, Rick?
A lot more.
All right. Dave was in his really crappy, dingy office as a smooth saxophone, just belted out some tunes.
A little less.
All right. So,
How to make
yeah,
it
so
feel.
Dave ended up doing a thing with a mob boss. He apparently has some background with said mob boss. And a mob boss and a dude who always wears a ski mask in a totally non-suspicious manner convince him to do this thing for them that needs doing. So Dave says, "Yes, sir, Mr. Mob Boss, sir, right away." But he does it all like sad and broken and downtrodden. Takes his cane and jumps on a ship.
Yep.
My
I
guy.
check something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Spencer's picture on the stream is Balaclava Benny?
Ooh,
As
damn.
far as I
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Oh, dang it, I had the wrong window up. Not bad,
There's definitely a resemblance.
True. So
He
apparently he's
doesn't
wearing
also wear sunglasses.
And a hat.
Balaclava.
I say he
I was
does.
gonna say he's wearing all 3 of those at the same time. Like he throws
wears
some
the
Carl
hat and
glasses
the
on there and
balaclava.
he's set.
Not the sunglasses, Balaclava Bill.
Balaclava Bill is Balaclava Benny.
Fedora
You get
sunglasses
0
on.
style
Benny.
points,
Yeah.
Frank. I mean,
No
not
G.
Frank,
Oh,
Wreckage.
Oh.
Wreckage
And he
gets
confused
0.
me. It was him who fucked it up.
Yeah.
I'm an
Okay.
easily impressionable person.
Go ahead,
All right.
Frank. What else happened?
So, Dave jumps ship. My guy is kind of just sitting in a bar, ends up knifing the wrong dude way back in his other place, and gets into a pretty annoying arguing match with same Balaclava dude. And Balaclava dude's pretty much saying, yeah, if you don't do this thing for us, we're going to kind of just, ruin your life and turn you into the people who know how to get you. So I said shit, but I said shit in a 1930s period voice. And said, okay, fine, you got me. Jumped the same ship, refused to do anything you told me to do except for bodyguarding stuff, which is probably annoying to wreck, but my apologies on that one. And jumped ship as well for that same steamer. Thirdly, we have Apollo Stingray Graham, who's got himself as far as a boxer goes, he seems to have quite a bit of government experience in the fields of espionage and punching things and mustache care. So he tended to get sucked into the most Britishest of British people I can imagine, MI5 precursor, for another thing about stopping the proto-Nazi people in a...
The proto-Nazis.
That's kind of what these fool people are. They're like proto-Nazi, like the fanatics of the Nazis.
Sure.
So his extraordinarily effeminate English dude boss guy is telling him, you got to go to Shanghai and stop and prevent the proto-Nazis from getting their hands on an object of mysterious, possibly magical amazingness that they want for Hitler's boudoir or something. So Apollo Stingray takes his says, yes, sir, any chance to beat up some Jerry's, sir? Or I think they called the Germans Huns after World War One. So any chance to beat the Huns, sir?
Huns?
But he says it with more of
I don't
a
know if it was
Cockney
the
accent.
Huns.
It was definitely the Jerrys in World War II. That's why they call it a jerry can.
But this is after World War One. World War Two hasn't happened yet. That's I think
Wow.
in World War One they
This
called
is
them.
just before World War. I don't know. You know what?
Yeah.
We've decided to call them Krauts.
Yeah, we'll go
Krauts
Krauts.
works.
Yeah, you can't really cross the words Jerry and Hun. You get like Jun or Harry. It doesn't really or Harry.
Harry John.
Yeah, we'll call them the Harrys. So he ends up taking a separate manner to get to Shanghai. I can't remember how. I believe it was a Zeppelin, but
No.
hold
He
it out.
flew like
it
seven
was a-
different,
it was a
12 different
mystery.
stops or something like that.
Imperial Airlines.
Ah, yes, Imperial Airlines, all the tea you can bathe in. And so he ends up in Shanghai as the most muscular, whitest guy around, right around the same time me and Dave and I'm going to say Derek Thompson Jacob got in there as well. And a little bit of Derek Thompson Jacobs. Should I go into that story if he's not here or no?
No, go on.
But long story short, he has a professor at the Natural History Museum, and the professor is going with these gangsters for an expedition.
Yep. So we all arrive at Expedition Place. There's an entire crew of mob people. We are representatives of the Italian Mafia in New York, and we have name tags and the "Hi, my name is Bob" and all that stuff on us. And we decided to go walking. Me and Dave and me and Rex Holt.
Yeah.
And Derek decided to go wandering around town to kind of kill some time. Ended up in a tea place, which none of us speak Chinese. And that's really handy in Shanghai.
Yeah.
And I was playing ultra American guy and just yelling tea at people as loud as I can until they pointed me at a hole in the wall. And
Oh,
that
actually,
hole
no.
happened
I'm
after-
pretty sure Derek did a linguistics roll, but he failed it.
Oh,
So, like, it ended
I was
up...
still yelling tea at strangers.
Yeah, no.
That happened.
You helped him. You helped him fail. That was the
Yeah.
point.
Yes.
No,
My
he
yell-
succeeded. That's how you guys ended up getting there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I don't know what a pass is
We
or a
got-
sale, yeah.
okay, so yeah, we got there. A nice lady said to us in pretty nice English, "Welcome." The triads welcome you, all that stuff. So
It's actually...
Actually,
this-
the Dr.
actually-
Zhang of the Green
yeah,
Gang.
Dr. Jang.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dr. Zhang. Oh yeah, I didn't remember
Dr.
who.
Zhang of the
tried.
Green Gang is the one who is hosting the event, and he apparently sent you guys a nice bottle of alcohol,
Which I proceeded to
Yep,
pour
which is
into
where we
the
left
tea.
off.
So-
You do get a
so-
style point, Frank.
Oh, but I wasn't
This is
done with Apollo Stingray stuff.
I know, but you're taking forever.
Yeah.
Right.
You do
God.
get a style point, though. Apollo
Okay.
Stingray did meet his contact at the British Embassy and is setting up a plan for perhaps busting in on this auction that they know about, or maybe just tailing the Nazis. Who knows? Only Graham knows what goes on in Graham's mind.
Not
But I
even
would say
Graham
we should
knows.
mention his backpack full of Wile E. Coyote odds and ends that he purchased for said mysterious plan.
Hey, listen, you want me to learn every language on Earth for when I do GMing? Is that what you want? Person
Well, I
from
think
the chat?
I think Siren was making fun of us, not you,
All right. Well, anyway.
So.
Um,
because we're smart like that.
So you guys, you did leave off in the tea shop for the sake of explaining the absence of Derek. He gets
Died of syphilis, mysteriously.
Ooh,
He
he
dies
gets
of
he gets
syphilis.
dysentery. He gets dysentery, and he's on the shitter the whole time.
well, yeah, he drinks too much of the alcohol at the tea shop and goes back sick and remains sick for days.
He ate the worm like a silly bastard does.
Yeah.
The worm in the wine.
He bought tequila in Shanghai, of all places, and ate the worm.
No, he ate the worm at the bottom of
shows what he
the
got.
wine
Chinese
bottle.
tequila. Don't get the Chinese tequila.
This is still the first day that you are all in Shanghai.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 more days until the auction,
Yep.
which will be held at this tea shop, as a matter of fact, at
shit.
night. And you've also heard tell that there will be a festival going on in town. That they're sort of coinciding the auction with a festival to give it some pomp and circumstance.
Huh.
Maybe
Frank,
fireworks.
can you explain to me how long the message would take to arrive?
I
I mean, not Frank. Wreckage or Frank.
Were you like
yeah.
hiring a dude to run it?
No, it was a
What do you
telegram.
Zach would know better than I.
It was a telegram. I want to know how long it takes to get to the place.
Sending a telegram? You
I
sent one.
I sent one
Is that
last week. Yes. Remember?
Wait, last week in the game, but you
Yeah.
sent it today in game.
Yes, the last
Well,
session.
you won't
I
be
sent a
back
telegram.
anytime. So what'll happen is the telegram will go from various changing stations across the planet.
I assume it's
until it
Morse
gets to
code,
one.
right? Or something like that.
Yeah, it's Morse code.
Yeah.
It goes from various changing stations. It gets to a station. The station relays it, etc., until it gets to a local one, which would be in New York. At which point, a letter is constructed and delivered to her.
Okay.
So you'll be waiting at least a few days before it gets to her, and then a few days before hearing back.
And how do I receive a telegram? Do I just basically show up at the thing and see if there's a new message? Because I didn't leave a delivery point.
If you don't have a fixed address, if you're traveling, then what you will do is go to a telegram office.
I assume the same one I sent it from.
Yeah, well, you'll want to make it easier to get back to you. Otherwise, you may have difficulty.
Basically,
retrieving the
within that
message.
time, I guess, if a telegram did show up, I mean, I would check back, every 2 days or so, depending on how long.
Well, it's only 2 days, so you may check that day, but you
Okay.
won't have heard anything back. More importantly, do you do anything before the auction? Is there anywhere that you want? Are you doing sightseeing, touristy stuff? Are you doing?
How much room?
professionals?
How much room does the mobsters give us to do this stuff?
They don't care as long as you don't get into trouble.
Okay.
You're not prisoners. You're employees. So so to speak, and your job isn't until a couple days from now.
Well, I think
All right.
I might go and look at any sort of ivory trade they might have there.
Okay.
I want to look for specifically anything in particular, or
Maybe
why
like
specific?
because I think ivory. I think Rex likes ivory, basically. His pistol is
Because
ivory.
it makes
Okay.
the direction larger.
Yeah.
You have a taste
Chinese
for
medicine.
some minor things in life.
Yeah. Has some taste for some stuff, and basically the way, I'm just gonna be looking for maybe something as that I can take away from Shanghai, because if we're gonna be here, I'm gonna be perusing, obviously. I'm just gonna be walking around looking at stuff. If there's a black market there, maybe go see if there's any sort of really dumb knives that I can probably get or something like that. Just stupid shit like that, really.
I'm
Alright,
gonna go
keep
wandering. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go wandering with Rex. But on the way out, I'm gonna see if I can whistle up a local kid or some street-looking kid.
Frank,
And,
come on, man.
What?
Okay,
No, I'm just gonna say, hey, there's $1 in it for you, which way back then's a shit ton of money. If you let us know if anyone's keeping an eye on us or following us, and if they offer to pay you, there might be more money than they're paying you to tell them about us. You sick
Ooh.
pervert, Dave.
Just, hey kid, follow me around for
I mean,
$1.
that's my
The kid
idea.
says, "Ni hao," and then walks away.
And I say, hello. And I keep talking at him really loudly until I realize he doesn't
I can just
understand.
imagine this kid
Perfect
running
in
off with your
perfect
fucking
English.
$1. That's basically what's going to happen. He's just going to be like, thanks.
Points
and
to
then
his
he
knee, says "ni," and he does the hand up. How?
No, he says ni hao, and he walks away because ni hao is my bullshit Chinese. He doesn't speak English, Frank. He doesn't reply. You just talk at a kid for a little while, and he walks away.
I try it 3 more times because I'm stupid, gullible, and then I fall a day.
You fail all times. All right, and we move on.
Cool.
You're going with Rex, and Rex is looking for ivory. Rex, how much money do you have?
I have
a rusty penny and a ball mint.
$28.55.
All right, you have $28.55. First of all, you have American money, and globalization hasn't happened yet.
Right. I figured this might be.
So your money is essentially worthless everywhere, pretty much, except for the stuff that you have in coins.
Yeah.
Which is not most of it, I assume.
No, 55 cents in coins, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't have the balloons. That's what you're asking. By the way, Frank and Apollo and Arch, you got 1 XP from the previous session. Make sure you mark that shit down.
Yeah, that's how much you get for participation.
Yeah. And
most XP is rewarded for accomplishment.
I guess I'd just be like, maybe I'll name drop Dr. Jang in the black market. You know, say that I'm a good friend with him. If there's any, I assume black market, there'd be someone there who speaks somewhat fluent English. And if I say Dr. Jang, what sort of reaction am I getting from these people? That sort of stuff.
Fearful. They immediately start apologizing and bowing, but they try and disengage. They back up into their shops, close doors, flip open signs to close.
All right, so even the black market, I mean, maybe it's not a black market. Maybe it's just this.
You can't just say I go to the black market.
Well, what I'm saying is is it just ivory just sitting out, like ivory goods just sitting out?
There's plenty of ivory shops. They're all over the place.
All right. Well, this is a different time.
And some of them actually came from elephants too.
It's 1936. No one gives a shit that
there's a bajillion elephants everywhere.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. Yeah.
It's not illegal yet, period. It's just the big, huge thing about what they do all over the world.
Yeah.
Whaling is happening all over the place. Ivory trade. Rare animals are being grounded up into powder and snorted for penis enlargement. Nobody cares.
Mm-hmm. So?
All right. Yeah, well then I guess I do nothing. I mean, if the reaction to Dr. Jang is there, that's pretty incredible. Maybe he's a bit of a tyrant around here. It's worth noting.
I mean, I guess I'd do the regular touristy type stuff if we're not going to do that, just because I kind of want to try to get a feel for, what looks weird, what looks normal, try some of the food. Hopefully not get the screaming squirts.
Some weird thing or whatever. You pass it. You walk into a weird shop.
Yeah, I and then I give the dollar to the suspicious machine in Big, and then I suddenly do weird stuff. Normal dumb American foreign things.
You actually do find a couple interesting touristy shops. Places that have weird things preserved in jars, nondescript animal skeletons in strange arrangements on the walls, dubiously real the golden or jade statues.
Okay.
One place in particular you come to towards the end of the day, the big sign out front says Uncle Yu's in English underneath a Chinese version of presumably the same name, which definitely catches your eye.
Okay. Is this just
is this inside? Hands tucked into thumbs tucked in the belt.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Rex?
Am I with him? What's going on here?
Yeah. Well, are you?
Well, I mean,
he's been tagging along with you.
Did you decide to go touristy with me?
He goes into a shop.
Yeah, I mean, boredom would set in
you into ivory shop,
really early.
Into strange.
Yeah, me and Arch are on a mandate. You know?
We got along.
Like,
Yeah, we were drinking buddies on the ship.
Yeah.
We we did the whole sailor thing, except for the whole rum sodomy. We did the rum part, not the sodomy and the lash part, though.
Yeah. That part we actually
You enter
talked
the shop, and a little bell dings on the door, and you hear some scurrying come up to you, and suddenly you see a tiny monkey dressed like a butler.
Score.
Okay, is it okay, yeah.
He walks up to you, and he does a monkey bow type thing.
What's up? Okay, yeah.
Is that different?
He bow. He mimics a human bow, although strictly incapable of it himself, as he is a monkey.
Mm-hmm.
That's a monkey bow.
I toss him a penny.
He actually catches the penny and pockets it, and then runs off.
Pockets it.
Totally.
Yeah, he's got monkey clothes.
Oh, he's got clothes on. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said he's dressed like a butler.
Check.
He darts behind a counter, and behind the counter there is a bead curtain that he passes through, and monkey chattering happens in the background.
Wait, this entire store is run by monkeys? What the fuck? What type of store is in here? What's in this store?
It's a curio store. You know, it looks like touristy crap, but in the front there's probably some cool stuff in the back. And so
Pretty
far,
much
the monkey
exactly
came
that.
out
A lot of knockoff statues are laying around. There's some herbs and some strange jars filled with strange things, but it all seems pretty nondescript. And not particularly impressive. Most of it, Dave, with your keen eyes, you don't have keen eyes to talent, but with the keen eyes that you have as an investigator, most of it's fake, junky crap.
Cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But out from the bead curtain, after a moment, a man, a clearly Chinese, graying man with a full-on Fu Manchu-style beard-mustache combo, walks out of the bead curtain. He is wearing English Victorian clothes, and his eyes are squinty behind spectacles.
Okay. I say, are you?
Yes, I am Uncle Yu. Americans.
That could have gone
What a
so
treat.
much better, Wreckage. That could have gone so much better.
What? What do you...
Are you? Am
Are
I
you?
me?
Who's on what?
You.
I'm giving you guys gold right here, but no. So, yeah, no, it's cool. The Rec played a straight man. That's good. Straight man's. better
Sorry,
right now.
continue, please.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, I am Uncle Yu. Americans. Such a treat. Such a treat. Do
Why
please
not?
come in. Let me know if anything catches your eye.
Okay. I ask, I take a quick look around, just on the off chance, does he have like a pistol belt? Or like something I can hold pistol shells in?
He doesn't seem to have anything that is particularly functional. He
Useful,
does have a strange assortment of clothes that don't follow any particular theme. It looks like he has a pirate outfit, another set of Victorian clothes like what he wears, some sort of Chinese dress clothes.
Okay.
They're all pretty old, too, not particularly well kept. He also apparently has a bridal gown. Again, these are sort of miscellaneously strewn about the shop. It doesn't seem to have any particular layout.
Okay. I go, all right, well, Mr. Yu, I'm going to I'm going to be doing a pretty fancy shindig sort of deal the next couple days. You recommend some clothes for me?
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, you will look very good in this. He selects the Chinese formal wear, which you probably wouldn't look very good in.
Describe the Victorian suit to me. We talking like waistcoat tails penguin sort of deal, or are we talking like
We're talking
how's
the
it-
kind of coat that has like frills at the sleeves, frills at the neck, same sort of thing that he's wearing.
oh,
Good stuff.
I mean, as much as I like that, I don't feel like it would fit character-wise. So
The big
I'm gonna,
fluffy like thing that it replaces a tie, but goes in the same place, and it's all fluffy. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take Assassin's Creed, and then you got the idea.
Yeah.
Wreckage. Can I just real quickly? Is there a way that I can sort of maybe look into what's the dealing, what the real shop, what the shop is actually used for, rather than just selling knickknacks? Because
Dave, if you fail, I'm just gonna bluntly ask him what's your real thing. So
yeah,
What's your game?
yeah.
you're our one chance at subtlety right now.
Why don't you roll me in investigation?
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Because
Sure,
he's sort of letting you know about the shop, so you can definitely like look thoroughly and stuff. And I want to remind you that style points, which you have, can empower a roll before you roll them. You don't have to do it here. I'm not necessarily insinuating that this is a difficult roll, but whenever you really want to succeed at something, typically you want to add a style.
So I've got 6 style points now. If I was to use one, what does the one give me?
I believe it gives you +2 dice
2 dice.
to your dice pool that you
Yeah,
roll.
that's interesting. Well, my investigation's already at 8, so like I feel
So
like
you would roll 10.
yeah, I feel like I'd be okay with just the 8, but it's good to know.
Well, style points they're not necessarily rare either. So if you already have 6, again, I just want to put in
6
your
is a lot.
mind, don't try and guess the difficulty of a task. Instead, ask yourself, do I want to succeed quite badly? If the answer is yes, I should spend the style point no matter what.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. For the sake of the stream, I'm gonna spend a style point here, and I'm
All
gonna
right,
roll.
you lose your 1 style point and gain 2 dice for a maximum of 10 that you will now roll.
Fuck this
4
game.
successes.
Hey, 40%. If we were a government, you still would have succeeded.
Yeah, 4 successes.
Well, hey, you only would have had 3 if you hadn't spent that too.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
I guess we don't know for sure.
Well,
but
technically,
last
you
2
want to
dice
ask
and
the
1
last
success.
2 die? Yeah. Yeah.
So, with 4 successes, one thing that you do find, the shop is not well dusted, and in the back left-hand corner, there is a shelf filled with various things, some books, etc. And on the floor in front of this shelf, there is a clear disturbance in the dust, a big sweeping disturbance on the floor in the dust, as if the shelf opens up.
All right.
Okay.
I
Hey, Dave,
want
round
to waddle back to Arch. Wait, what was your question? Sorry.
How's your stealth roll? How are you at stealth?
I'm not at stealth, but I think I have a good idea as to what we can do here.
Oh no, but I mean, do you have any sort of stealth skill?
No. What is stealth?
Okay.
What is the primary skill for stealth?
I believe it's probably checks.
Yeah, dexterity is my guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
alright.
base is 3.
That's
yeah,
my second
it's,
highest one, so whatever.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go
train.
over to
That's like a
Arch,
train.
and I'm gonna whisper into his ear. I'm gonna say, "Make a distraction."
Arch is still talking with Uncle Yu.
Yeah.
Uncle Yu is
Mm.
really trying to sell him on this Chinese formal wear.
Stuff. Yeah.
Uncle Yu, give me a moment
very
here with
authentic
my
gold
friend.
frill.
Just one moment, please, Uncle Yu. And I sort of
yes, of course.
sort of like put my arm around his shoulder and sort of like turn our backs to Uncle Yu, if that makes sense. And then I say to him,
Yep.
"Make a loud distraction in about 30 seconds."
I say, wait, should I or should you?
You make the distraction in 30 seconds. Like maybe push something over or whatever.
Dave, out of context.
Yeah.
You think I should try to do this? Because I got stealth of 5. My stealth rating's 5.
Well, I'm more
it's
worried
better-
about
probably
the
better
door
than-
being opened loudly than anything. But
Oh.
and also, you're trying
What are
to
you
buy
talking
something
about
right
over
now.
there?
Oh.
Oh, nothing. My buddy is reminding me I forgot to take my my medicine. It
Oh,
makes me
medicine!
woozy.
We
It
have
makes-
a lot of medicine.
You have medicine. Let me see medicine. Something that
Oh.
keep me from getting woozy. And I'm talking really loud and like
Oh,
assuming he doesn't speak English
all right,
like
I'll,
a racist
uh,
American that I am.
I'll
He
ask-
walks over to the shelf that has dust disturbance when you talk about medicine,
Oh shit.
and he claps. There's a very specific series of claps, and then the shelf swings open. Come in.
And then
I show you our medicine.
I turn back to Arch and I'm like, well, don't worry about it.
I shrug and walk through. You know, I'm not going through blindly, but whenever it's a secret room, I kind of like, just okay, it's a little bit on edge. So that makes me feel enclosed spaces remind me of trenches. Trenches are no bueno.
It is just a normal sized hallway. It's not like
Oh, okay.
It's not like it's going
not like
underground
like a
where to his
tunnel
murder
in
cave.
the dirt or anything like that.
It's not underneath 6
My
inches of
favorite
mud.
thing is to murder Americans. Come to my kill
They're
dungeon.
back in the trenches. Okay, so I follow him. See where it's going. Let's see what he's got here. I try to peek discreetly if there's any doorway to see what's going on around him too.
This second room sort of looks like a kitchen. There's a fireplace. There is some obvious foodstuffs, either being cooked or laid out on a table.
Okay.
Strange herbs are being dried over the fireplace, lining the walls and making several hallways are shelves with jars or what is it called? Like a mortar when you
Mortar
and
pestle.
pestle.
yeah,
Yep.
like mortars and stuff filled with what have you. Sacks of nondescript fungi or roots in the corners. And as he passes, he just rattles things off. Saber-toothed tiger tooth, triceratops horn,
Triceratops.
Tyrannosaurus,
Get some of that.
Tyrannosaurus rex scale.
I say, wait, what? These are really? Where do you get these things?
These
Oh,
animals
you know,
are long
you
extinct.
has-
You? What
it's
are you
places
trying to
here and
say?
there.
Wait,
Often
what does
the character
rhinoceros? What does Stegosaurus horn do? I go for the most phallic of the
Stegosaurus
objects, of course.
Stegosaurus horn, masculinity, increase muscle mass, manhood, and hair on chest.
I say, what about anything make me go like "Grr," fast and mean?
Why? Yes. Hold on.
How
hold
are
on.
the powders
I
and stuff
pantomime
prepared?
smashing things with an axe.
How are the powders prepared in front of us, by the way?
I don't think he's made anything. I think he just has powders.
There are mortars that are already filled with powder, lining some of the shelves.
Okay. So they're not in like containers or envelopes or anything weird like that?
No, the powders are crushed already and then sort of left in their respective mortars on the shelves,
I say,
as if you might out of that or something.
it's not that I don't believe you, but I don't. Do you happen to have any of this Tyrannosaurus Rex horn that you were talking about visible so we can inspect it?
Tyrannosaurus Rex scale. You don't have
Yes,
horns.
yes. Yes, do you have some of that available in scale
Yes,
form?
yes. He goes into a sort of a more storagey looking offshot of the room, like the cupboard, so to speak, walk-in cupboard, and he produces a chest,
Okay.
and the chest he opens, and it is filled with scales.
Okay.
They look like
Do they look
big,
like
little
just
scales?
Yeah, what are they? Are they? Do they look obvious? Like it was from an animal that we might know of, or maybe this is more
Yeah,
of a
well, they
Derek question, but like,
does it look like something I could have pulled off of a lizard in my backyard, or is this something that is suspicious looking? Like
Well, they're
maybe
big and they have a neon orange pattern to them. They sort of one end of them is sort of neon orange, and then another end is sort of blue. It sort of fades from orange to bluish.
Mhm.
and they look big and they look solid.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get these from? I've never seen a T-Rex in my life, and all I know about is that they're extinct.
Oh, well, you know.
No, I don't, actually. That's why I'm asking you.
I say,
you know.
Uncle You, I understand you don't want to give up your supplier, but we'd like to know, these things, is there something nearby? Is this something we can hunt, shoot, maybe bring some back to you?
Oh, Americans and their overconfidence. You wouldn't want to tangle with a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Well, I guess we'd start small. We'd start with the one that makes you not sleepy.
I sort of like lean on
so whatever animal that is.
I sort of lean on Arch and say, yes, a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Like, like sort of rolling my eyes a little bit. It's like, come on, Arch. We really don't have to believe this hobo jumbo.
Dave, Rex, I've only got an intelligence of 2, so I'm buying it hook, line, and sinker. So I'm like, I'm going to walk out of here with a suspicious powder that I plan on snorting at some point in this campaign.
You want your crimson root? Make you rage like beast.
Rage like beast? I like beast.
And where did you get this from? The dung of a pterodactyl?
No,
crimson root.
It's the red
just
root.
A root. Red root. See?
All right.
Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing he shows us a root.
It's your money, Arch.
Yeah, he has a root. It's red. He dangles it.
Okay, cool. Probably just like, ginseng soaked in red paint, but lead-based paint, but whatever.
Leady.
I say, how much? How much?
He says, shit. Hold on a second. Now I gotta go look up what kind of currency they used in China at the time. Well, you know what? He says that.
Chinese
says
dollars.
30 of that. He says 30 Chinese dollars.
30 context-sensitive money bits.
30 context-sensitive money.
Yeah.
30 China bucks.
I say, well, I have... I pull out a handful. I've got like 11.49 instead of 11.50 because of the monkey. I pull out a $5 bill and I say, "This American dollar, these are really good. These are the best dollars in the world. How much will this buy me?"
Uncle You will take your American money because it is, how do you say?
Because gullible
curiosity.
I say, no, not
I
just
will make
curiosity.
it into powder. People snort. Get American.
Fair trade. I will.
Okay.
For collection, fair trade. You take Crimson Root.
I say, this is genuine $5 bill from a genuine war hero.
You chew half Crimson Root when you want to be strong, he says.
Sweet.
When you want to rage like a beast.
I say, I like the sound of that. So I give him the 5 and I take the root.
And
I take my painted ginseng.
He will give you the root. And anything for your limping friend? Something to reduce pain in the leg, maybe?
When you convince me that Tyrannosaurus Rexes are a real thing, maybe I'll buy something from you.
Well, you come back when your friend tries his Crimson Root.
I say, but I want to know more about the Tyrannosaurus Rexes. I want to know, like, this sounds interesting. Sounds fun. Sounds like something I could actually do instead of, like, moving boxes on a dock. Like,
yeah, some other time. Yeah, you come for tea after your business, your big formal thing, yeah? We talk about all the things.
Okay. And I look over at you, and I'm pretending to be sly badly. So, what do you know about our business?
Oh, Uncle You doesn't really like to gossip or.
So I'm going to try an experiment here. I want to sort of look at Arch a little bit and sort of like raise an eyebrow. And then do you sort of like, as in like, play along? If that makes any sense. Like, a face like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And I say, well, friend, we better get going. We don't want to keep Dr. Jang waiting. And then I sort of like wait for a response or some sort of like facial expression change from you. See what happens.
I said, I look crestfallen. I'm like, all right.
He laughs. Uncle Yu laughs and then goes to clean up the boxes that he brought out to show you.
Okay.
So is this so far been the only guy who's not terrified of the Dr. Zhang?
Yes, he appears to laugh at the mention of Dr. Zhang.
If we're leaving, we can leave, but I'd kind of be okay. Like, let's ask him what he knows about Dr. Zhang.
Go ahead.
I try to nudge you like slyly. I end up just elbowing you normally.
I fall over and break my ankle. No, I don't.
Well, actually, no. Hang on. I've got stealth. I can probably. Yeah, all right. I give you a quick nudge, and I twitch my head back towards the guy, and I mouth Zhang.
All right. Okay. I get you. I walk back over to you while he's like cleaning up his boxes, and I'm like, so you're about the first Asian man that I've met that hasn't jumped 6 feet out of his skin at the mention of Zhang.
Oh, Dr. Zhang runs the Green Gang. He trades in fear. Most people buy into it, but Uncle Yu knows an act when he sees one.
You've been eating too much of that red root, have you?
Oh no, I prefer the green herb myself.
Fair enough. Maybe look, we're here out of. Well, actually both of us are here against our own will for the most part. And the business that we have with Zhang, it's not really the type of business that we would like to be in, if you catch my meaning. Maybe if you have anything that can help us out with this, some sort of information, I'd be willing to pay you.
Oh, I do not think that I have any information on your business with Dr. Zhang. I do not even know why you are here.
I look back to.
I point to the herb to the root packet in my pocket, and I smile when he says that. So, I figure we can probably. If he's not going to tell too much about him.
Can I do an invest? Like, I know that there is a something I can do, like maybe an empathy roll, to see.
Yeah, you roll empathy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll empathy to see whether or not this is something that he is like maybe at the mention of Dr. Zhang and maybe my inquiry about like whether or not he has anything for us about him, whether or not that's truthful or not, and that's going to be my empathy roll.
Do you have empathy, or are you rolling on
I do
skill?
have empathy. I have a rating of 9.
All right, then.
In empathy.
Holy Christ.
3.
You're like a frickin' dang.
I mean, he seems to be pretty honest, actually. He doesn't seem like he has lied or misled you yet.
Okay. And then I take out. Is there a pen laying somewhere around here, maybe, or something?
Do you carry a pen?
I do not.
I have pencils in my pocket.
I mean, would you not? You're a private eye. Would you not carry a pen?
Yeah, that's something that I actually have not got on my list. It's probably something I should have on my list.
Well, it doesn't need to be on your list.
He remembers
It's
everything.
not expensive.
Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, you do remember
Actually,
everything.
yeah,
Why do you even want to take out a pen and pad?
Well,
Probably
it's
never
mostly
even learned to write.
it's mostly to write something down for you, but.
Oh.
Yeah, so
well, if I see you patting your pockets looking for a pen, I pass you a pencil.
Okay.
Saying that's why you don't have a pen on you.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fair enough.
Yeah, that makes sense, Graham. Good catch.
Yeah. And then I say, you, and I take out maybe like, maybe there's like a piece of paper that he puts like powder into or something like that to transfer it one thing to another. I assume, maybe.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I write down the sort of location of our ship, if that makes any sense, or whatever dock we're in.
Yeah, dock something, port something.
Yeah.
Ship number
I would
5.
remember it, obviously, so it doesn't matter. But
Right, yeah.
I'd write it down and say,
Specifics don't matter.
if you have a change of heart, here's where you can find us. Ask for Holt. And then...
Use heart will not change. It is, I speak only the truth here. I do not know anything about your business with Dr. Zhang.
Well...
Or indeed, Dr. Zhang's
let's hope you don't have to
business.
come to me then. And then I guess we make our exit. Unless Arch wants to
You
do
come
something
back
else.
for that leg when your friend enjoys his route.
That sounds perfect. Yeah, I'm done here. So.
Yep.
All right.
So, well, we know this guy's got suspiciously. I totally believe he's selling dinosaur parts. Dave doesn't believe he's selling dinosaur parts.
Dinosaurs have been extinct for a very long time, Arch. Just so you know. I would take as much as use
I'm average
treatment.
intelligence at best.
I'm actually doing this in-game, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would trust
I'm not
use...
saying that in context.
I am
You did say
average
character
intelligence.
name,
No.
Frank. He's not like, Frank, dinosaurs have been extinct for a long time, right? You know that,
It's
right?
like, damn, but I saw it on the internet.
Yeah.
The 1930s.
Well, actually, I did say Arch, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. I'm offending you, and anyway, whatever. Let's move on.
Yeah.
So that pretty much takes care of your free time before
D-Day.
the big day. Apollo, Stingray,
That's me.
that is you. You know about the auction. You know about the date. You've asked for an assortment of random things, some of which
Random to some people.
random to everyone but Apollo. Your embassy contact has been able to get you some of those things, but not all of those things. I believe I clarified specifically which ones he would be able to get you when you asked for them.
Yeah, the drugs was
cigars
pretty much the
and
only thing that
drugs.
you said you wouldn't be able to get him.
Cigars
Yep.
also, apparently.
Yeah, he didn't have any of those. So, do you do anything before the big day? Is your plan to act during the strange auction at the tea house?
I'm glad you asked. I need to get a suit made, so I want to go find the Major D, ambassador, whatever. next time.
Okay, you find your. Do you mean your contact specifically in the embassy?
Yeah. What's his name?
The guy with the mutton chops? He much like your other man has refused to give his name.
Oh, rats! I thought I got you.
No. Yeah.
All right, I'll go find him, I guess.
All right. He's in his office, which is there in the embassy. He appears to be constantly filling out some form of paperwork or reading something.
Okay. Is there a plaque on the door or anything?
No.
Right.
Other doors have plaques,
Yeah, that's strange. Let me go across the hall.
say like ambassador on them or
I'm going across the hall to the door
trade.
opposite.
Okay.
I knock on the door.
The opposite your contact.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Come
for this
in.
British accent.
There's a plaque on this door?
Yep.
What's the name?
Wilhelm.
Okay. Mr. Wilhelm?
Yep, Mr.
Last
Wilhelm.
name?
It says British citizens abroad on underneath.
Okay. Okay, I'll go in.
Hello, he says.
And I'll say, Mr. Wilhelm, is it?
Yes, that's me. I see. You're quite clearly a British citizen. Are you here for passport issues while staying in the fine city?
No, I'm. I was told that the man across. I was told to meet in office number 4. Is this office number 4? There's a man with mutton chops. You probably couldn't miss him. Can you point me in his
he's
direction?
in the office across from me.
And what is his name?
Oh, he's never given his name.
That
I don't like
seems
to pry.
odd. for tax purposes, you would imagine that somebody would have to. He would need a name.
Well, I'm sure he has a name.
Do you find that odd, sir?
He has parents who would have given him that name.
Mr.
But
Willow.
it's not proper of an English gentleman to ask when it is not given.
Who is your supervisor?
Oh, that would be the ambassador.
Okay, well, I'll go talk to him.
Well, the ambassador's a very busy man. You may not be able to get into him just yet, but I'm sure he'll see you. He likes to keep in touch with British citizens abroad.
Okay, I'll leave. I get up.
All right, you leave. You've left.
Okay, well, I'll go into to my contacts, or I'll knock on the contacts door then.
All right.
Come in. Get in, none the wiser. Say, yeah, hey, sir.
Stingray, good to see you. Is that strange plan of yours coming together?
What? Yeah.
Well, you had me get all those things. I assumed that there was a purpose.
I need a few more things now that you mention it, sir.
Happy to help.
Can I call you sir? Sir?
Sure.
Okay, sir. I need to get a suit custom made that appears as English as possible.
An English suit? That shouldn't be too hard. There are many English businesses that cater to the international quarter on the west side of the city.
Oh, is there really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have quite a large business interest in Shanghai. That is to say, we, the British Empire.
Now, Spencer, I need to ask you a question. Would it be easy to make a phone call?
Depends on to where.
Here. Does he have a phone on in the office?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Would it be easy to make a phone call to here?
From somewhere else in Shanghai?
That has a phone, yeah.
Yes, it would. He will.
Just in case, sir, if I need to get in contact with you, do you have a number I can call? Do you have a business card? Perhaps a name on it.
Well, in 1936, it would be switching boards. So what you would do is you would call and you would say that you need to get to the British Embassy, and then you would give a specific number phone, as in like number 6.
Which phone is this? Who should I ask for?
Phone number 8.
Number 8. Okay. Got it. Thank you. I will go get that suit and call you if I need you. I hope I don't.
Just put it on the embassy's tab or bill, or make one if we don't have one already.
Okay. I walk out and close the door behind me.
All right.
Then as the camera kind of pans over my face, I kind of pinch my mustache and I'm thinking. That's my active thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
as opposed to your passive thinking.
Suspicious, yeah.
I'm
suspicious of this man whose name he's refused to give.
The other guy has never given his name either.
I've always been suspicious of him as well.
Well, he did all of the things.
Suit made.
He took care of your mom when you asked him to do that.
Yeah, but to what end? Who knows?
Your mom speaks very highly of the fine gentleman who visited her for tea.
Great.
Your mom likes him, is what I'm saying.
Good cover.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah.
I'm going to go have a suit made.
All right, yeah.
With the money that I have plenty of. Okay?
Okay.
And it's I want it to be a very fine suit that looks like it's made for me.
Okay.
And I need a pocket square that has a Union Jack on it.
So they're going way over the top, is what you're saying.
Yeah, if you want to say it like that, yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I couldn't tell that you were British.
I say.
Even though you appear to be wearing a native's hat.
Yes. It covers your Britishness quite well.
Are you still wearing that
the Chinese
Except
have
for your
you had-
mustache and sideburns.
No, I imagine I took the head off a long time ago.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, darn.
But I go back to my room and I put on the eyeglasses and the pocket watch. I had the pocket watch.
Uh-huh.
And how do I look?
You look very British. And
Regal
since
as
the tailored
fuck,
suit,
good sir.
You immediately
since
start
the tailored
smelling
suit
like
does
pipe
actually
tobacco
look
and
good
tweed.
on you.
So the set of formal dinnerware, I imagine it's in a case of some sort, like a briefcase.
Can you repeat that?
The set of formal dinnerware I requested, I imagine that comes in some sort of briefcase or case of some sort.
Now, you asked, when you said dinnerware, you did mean like the dishes and forks, right?
Yeah, the just like the silverware.
Yeah, it'll come in a more of a trunk than in a fancy thing.
Okay, I will take all of that out, except the knives.
Okay.
I'll take the rest out, and I'll place the medical kit inside the trunk,
Okay.
and as well as all the other stuff I asked for. And the trunk's
All right.
I can carry the trunk easily. I mean,
Would you like a squire,
I think so.
sir?
I think everything you asked.
Maybe pay one of the children to follow
Need
you
a-
around.
I got it.
Man,
I got it.
chance.
No need.
A boot black and a Batman by chance?
Okay, let's make this simple because this taking.
Oh, also to the chat, the Japanese did not invade Shanghai until 1937. They bombed in 1930. The city recovered when the Chinese pushed back, and then they lost again in a battle that took place in
Oh,
1937.
slap. Slap and chat right in the
Anywho.
face.
Okay, let's.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Keep going, Apollo.
Speed this up. Forget that whole trunk thing. I'm gonna put the
Okay.
gun in my breast pocket,
Okay.
or I guess I can find like a shoulder holster. That'd be weird.
Okay.
I'll have it in my coat.
Okay.
And knife in the other pocket,
Okay.
and then sewing needles, matches, anesthetic in another pocket.
Okay.
What about your tube of mustache wax?
In back pocket, always handy.
Okay, cool. Good. Good.
I've got a flask with the basically grain
Queen's-
alcohol in it,
The Queen's best
Okay.
gin.
and my pack of cards handy.
Okay.
And I want to light a fire in the fireplace. I presume this room has.
If it doesn't make one.
You can find a room in the embassy that does have a fireplace.
This fireplace I've conjured from thin air.
You can find one. Yes, there will be
Oh,
one in one of the rooms.
I'll use a candle then. That make it easier.
Okay.
And I take the photograph of someone that looks German, and I want to
Okay.
burn the edges.
Okay.
You made me
Rip
fucking
the-
almost spit my water everywhere, you son of a bitch.
I want to burn the edges, and I want to cut a hole, or like use the candle to burn a hole in it. It looks accidental,
Uh huh.
and I'm ready to go to the auction.
Okay. Yeah, you can do all of that without
Okay.
any prevention on my part.
Alright.
So the auction is set to take place at night during the Chinese Lantern Festival, nondescript Lantern Festival that I haven't researched or know that it exists at all.
The Festival of Thursday.
It is technically a weekend.
Okay.
Just to clarify.
They celebrate it on the weekend. It makes sense for businesses.
Balaclava Benny will organize you all on the ship. You, the PCs, and those 4 other nondescript henchmen who are also parts of the Italian mafia in New York.
Mhm.
We should have gotten the
and-
red shirts.
Well, you don't know that they're going to die.
I know, but I'd feel better about myself if they were wearing red shirts and I let them die.
Just put them in engineering. It's fine.
So- Okay.
Yeah, well, anyway. Balaclava Benny will
What about
direct you
Clinton?
to-
Where's he going? Is he coming with us?
Clinton is not coming to this.
Okay. Good to know.
It's Clinton is a small academic man
and this is an auction between organized crime syndicates, and everybody's going to be bringing their henchmen. Okay. It doesn't make sense for him to.
Okay. So I am tip my hat at a jaunty angle. Make sure I got enough bullets in pockets to last as much time as my latent paranoia thinks would be about right. Make sure the axe is easy at hand and tucked into the back of the belt. And yeah, make sure boots are laced, give them a quick spit polish, and let's do this.
All right, so here's the skinny. He says. These Orientals are all about pomp, circumstance. We're actually going to take a taxi, to the edge of the pond in the center of town, where that tea house is. You've been there, you know. And they have boats waiting for us to take us in across the pond, and it's all a big hullabaloo. It's all very ceremonial. So no spitting, and don't embarrass us. You got to look professional. You got to look menacing. We're gonna be standing right next to some of the big ones, in as far as organized crime. So just remember, best behavior.
No Russian.
And don't start anything. Somebody else starts something, you can shoot them, you can kill them. Those are the rules.
All right.
You start something, everybody else gets to shoot and kill you.
Interesting rules.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make note of what weapons the 4 throwaway guys have.
2 of them have Tommy guns.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, they're bringing Tommy guns?
Yep.
Interesting.
I'm grabbing my shotgun then.
Yeah, you can bring your shotgun.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing shotgun and a belt of shells too. So.
And it looks like the other 2 carry sidearms.
Okay. Fair enough. Records, how do you feel about taking a break before this party gets started, literally?
This is exactly where I was going to put the break. So
cool.
Fantastic. Well, guys, we'll be back in about 3 minutes, depending how long everyone needs to do their business. So don't go anywhere. There's going to be the party, literally, is going to get started in hour number 2.
Gonna die?
Yeah. So we'll be back. Don't go anywhere. And, yeah, maybe take a break yourselves. I don't know. See ya.
Cool.